A lot of people will pick a strike price the way they pick a lottery ticket. They'll scroll until they see a cheap one or the one that they have a gut feeling about, and then they'll hit buy. Today, I'm going to give you a simple way to choose strike prices with a structure so you can take the guesswork out of options trading. Hey, I'm Eric with Option Alpha. Welcome back to Options in Plain English. All right, so strike price in plain English is just the price level the contract is built around. So basically, the strike price is that line in the sand that decides how much of the move you're paying for and how hard the trade is going to be. Because strike prices change two big things: how much you pay. Generally, the closer the strike is to the current stock price, the more expensive it is. Two, how the option behaves. Some strikes respond to small moves. Other strikes need a bigger move just to even wake up. So when you pick a strike, you're picking a trade-off. Pay more for something that has a better chance of mattering, or pay less, but now you need a bigger move and faster. Here's a classic mistake. We've all made it. We scroll, we find the cheap one and go, that's the one. If it hits, I'm the genius and there's a big payday. But here's what that actually looks like. This is a short call spread on XLP. The stock is at $81.55 and I'm selling the 82 call. So I'm basically saying, I don't think this goes above 82 in the next 4 days. Now, here's the important part. That strike, 82, is the line in the sand. So the question isn't, is this cheap? The question is, how far does this stock need to move? And do I have enough time? In this case, XLP only needs to move about 45 cents higher to start hurting this trade. That's not a huge move, and I only have 4 days. So now I'm thinking in probabilities, not guesses. Compare that to a beginner or when you first started. We scroll, we see an option and go, that's the one. But we never ask, how far does that need to move and by when? That's the difference. You're not picking strikes based on a price. You're picking them based on the move you expect and the time you have. Let me make that real. It's like you're at an airport and you're choosing between two flights. Flight A costs more, but it leaves at a normal time and has a layover that actually makes sense. Flight B is cheaper, but you have a 35-minute window in a different terminal. And if anything goes slightly wrong, you might be sleeping at the airport. That's strike selection. The cheap strike usually comes with a catch. It needs everything to go perfectly. So here's the framework that makes that easy. In the money, at the money, and out the money. In the money, which is ITM, that means the strike is already past the current price. In the money just means the option already has built-in value. If you used it right now, you'd get a better price than the market. These usually cost more, but they tend to respond more to the stock, more stock-like. At the money, ATM, that's the strike closest to where the stock is right now. Usually middle of the road cost, and it means the option has no built-in value yet, but it's right on that edge. So if the stock moves even a little, it could gain value quickly. Out of the money, OTM, that's the strike further away. It means the option has no value right now, and it needs the stock to move in your favor before it becomes valuable. Cheaper, yes, but it needs a bigger move and the odds of finishing in the money are lower. So here's a rule. This is one I want you to actually use. Pick your strike based on the move you realistically expect and the time you have, not the cheapest price. All right, let's go back to the XLP at $81.55. This is the options chain. Now, this is where most people mess up. They scroll, they go straight to the cheap ones. They see something like the 84 or 85 call for a few cents and think that's the one. But here's the problem. Those are out of the money, which means they're cheaper because they need a big move to matter. So look at this. The 82 call, this is what I'm using. Even this needs about a 45-cent move just to get touched. Now go higher, 83, 84, 85. Now you're asking for a multi-dollar move in just a couple days. That's the catch. Cheap strikes don't give you an edge, they give you a requirement. So instead of asking what's cheap, ask this. How far does the stock need to move? And do I have enough time? That's how you stop guessing and start trading with structure. If you can't answer those two questions clearly, you are not selecting a strike, you're just picking a number and hoping. All right, so quick recap. Strike price is the contract's line in the sand. It changes cost and sensitivity. In the money, at the money, and out the money give you a repeatable framework, and you choose strikes based on expected move plus timeline, not cheapness. All right, quick assignment. Next time you look at an options chain, pick one strike and say out loud, this strike needs a move of blank by blank. And that's how you take the guesswork out of options trading, a structure over guessing. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about premiums, what you're actually paying for, and the two parts that make up every options price. And if you want a full structured track, the beginner's course is completely free at optionalpha.com. Subscribe for more options in plain English as we continue to take the guesswork out of options trading. I'll see you in the next video.